We have been having this ongoing conversation for over a year about, is Trudeau staying or is Trudeau going? Well, Warren Kinsella is very much in the camp of he is going. I'm not sure where Lorrie stands on that, but we're going to find out. But it would seem there are some indications that Trudeau himself is okay with his potential successor. Hello, I'm Adrienne Batra. Lorrie Goldstein is with me, as is Warren Kinsella. Okay, Warren, I'm talking, of course, about this big story this week, the political story that Dominic LeBlanc is organizing. He's meeting with people over cigars and scotch and whiskey and talking about being the next leader of the Liberal Party. Is this something that Justin Trudeau has sanctioned, or is this all backstabbing?
So first, like full disclosure, when I worked for Chrétien, when I was his special assistant, the guy in the very next office, like on the other side of the wall, was Dominic LeBlanc. Dominic was the Atlantic desk staffer for Chrétien, and we became close, and I got to know him quite well. He's a very funny guy, very smart, went to Harvard, sort of bilingual. I think his French has improved. He's the son of Romeo LeBlanc, who went on to become Governor General of Canada, a wonderful man. And Dominic is the Intergovernmental Affairs Minister for Trudeau, because Trudeau gets in fights with everybody. And Dominic is Mr. Fix-It. They send him in to fix things. So you'll get conservative premiers like Doug Ford or whatever saying, well, I don't like some people, but I like Dominic. Everybody likes Dominic. So, Lawrence Martin, who is a veteran political writer for the Globe and Mail, the one thing Lawrence knows, he's been around since Jesus was a little fella, Lawrence knows the Liberal Party of Canada. So he dropped a column this week saying that Dominic was organizing for the leadership. And I was like, holy smokes. And then yesterday, Ms. Walsh, who is the one of the toughest reporters in the gallery for the Globe, chased Dominic through the hallway saying, is it true? Is it true? And so the Globe, to their credit, got the story. Dominic did not deny it. He did not say that he's not. In fact, he all but confirmed he is organizing. So there's two possibilities here, because his best friend is Justin Trudeau. He babysat Justin Trudeau when Justin was young, which is a horrifying image. Like, the possibilities here are either the two of them had a huge falling out and Dominic has just gone rogue, but that doesn't make sense because he's still in cabinet, or he's gone to Justin Trudeau and said, I think you're leaving. Do I have your blessing to start doing some respectful organizing? And Trudeau said yes. So I wish Brian Lilley was here so I can say, I told you so, Brian. Trudeau's leaving. He's leaving.
It hasn't happened yet, Lorrie, and I'll put it to you. There's all sorts of fun things that we as opinion makers do and commentators do. We like to look at all sorts of signals and the tea leaves. Does this signal anything to you?
It's interesting, and I think that as Warren talked about, this guy is the cooler for this government. The fixer, the cooler. Things are getting hot. He comes in, tries to about everything, and he's good at it. And this one sounds like, if you're going to establish a leadership campaign while the current incumbent hasn't said that he's leaving, he's doing it in the way a cooler would, right? It's low key. He's not denying it. Doesn't mean he's doing it. But I think most people would go, well, look, obviously he's not the only one. There is a real question about whether Trudeau will leave or not. On this whole issue of Trudeau leaving, though, there's something in the media we do that is so stupid. We have the prime minister and he's in a media scrum. And we used to do this with Bill Davis years ago in Ontario. So I'm not blaming the parliamentary press gallery. But you ask an incumbent prime minister, is he going to leave? Yeah. What is, the moment he says yes, he's a lame duck, right? So what Bill Davis did years ago, when there was a thing about him, he would go, I have no plans to retire. But plans can change. So it just, there are dumb things that happen because of the nature of the relationship between the media and politicians. And one of the dumbest is asking an incumbent prime minister or premier on the record, who may be in trouble or maybe not be, on the record, are they going to run in the next election or are they going to quit? And so, anything based on, well, Trudeau says he's going to stay, so that's that's decided. That's utter nonsense. We don't know, but I think Warren's right. This is one of the indications that he is at least considering leaving.
Okay, well, let's step back from it for just one moment then, and peel away the fact that every single Liberal caucus member is in fear of their seat. Some have announced that they're not running, but that said, there are still many that are going to have their name down on a ballot. They want to collect their cushy gold-plated pension. Warren, they look at the polls. They know that they are, and so on average, 20 points behind the Conservatives. They know that they're looking at political oblivion after the next election, potentially. Things will tighten up for sure, but nonetheless, a lot of them are going to lose their seats. Does a new leader, does that make a difference for them?
A new leader makes a difference all the time. Everybody gets a honeymoon. Even poor old Stéphane Dion and Michael Ignatieff got honeymoons. It's just a question of how long does it last. In the case of Pierre Poilievre, he's had one for more than a year. Like in the case of Chrétien, you could argue he had it for almost 10 years. So yeah, having a new leader does change things. And in this case, I think it particularly will change things because I think the mistake the Tories have made is they put all their eggs in the Justin Trudeau basket. Like all roads lead back to Trudeau. All of the failings of the country, every sparrow that falls in the driveway, as Roy McLaren used to say, is being blamed on Trudeau. It's a good strategy right now. The Tories are apparently 20 points ahead, according to Abacus, or 15 points ahead because, according to Nanos. But what if Trudeau leaves? What if he leaves and he's replaced by somebody like Dominic LeBlanc, who I can tell you guys is very likable, and he's funny and he's smart and he gets people to like him? What if he's replaced by a guy like that? And, I'm not saying all bets are off, but it is a bit of a game changer. So I think the Tories really have to, and Poilievre's got some smart people around him, and we all know who they are. I don't think that they are just expecting Trudeau is naturally going to be there, as a lot of the Tory rank and file do. I think they do have a plan in case he leaves. Well, let's put it this way. I hope they have a plan because I think he's going to leave.
Well, Lorrie, we sometimes muse about the fact that Justin Trudeau is good for our business, but bad for the country. We certainly would see a dramatic drop in our entertaining front pages if Justin Trudeau does leave. I still maintain, and this is being recorded and it will be on record, I still maintain that he is not going anywhere. What say you?
The one thing I think is that obviously if Trudeau leaves, there's a huge game changer. And I don't think it'll be bad for the media. I think it'll be great because then you get into horse race stuff,
Right.
And also you just have to look at this. Okay, let's use the example of Kim Campbell. As much as Brian Mulroney was justifiably admired at the time of his passing, when he left, there was a lot of anger at him. But Warren's right. Kim Campbell, as I recall, did get a bump in the polls, after Mulroney left. But as Warren pointed out, couldn't sustain it through the election. So, to me, with Poilievre, and they're a lot smarter than me in political strategy, but to me, if Trudeau leaves, no matter who gets replaced, it's going to be, you were there when all this stuff happened. You didn't speak out on the carbon tax. You didn't speak out on the corruption. It's, can you then say they're all alike? It doesn't matter. These people did nothing to protect the interests of Canadians while Trudeau was flying around all the stuff you would use. Yeah. And, will it work or not? Well, it's all predicated on whether Trudeau leaves or not.
And I just want to say,
last word to you, Warren.
His best friend is organizing for the leadership. His best friend. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Tories always sound like they're trying to convince themselves that Trudeau's not going. His best friend is organizing for the leadership openly. He's going.
Okay. It's on record. I'm not sure if I want you to be right, Warren, or I'm not sure how much more we're going to have to talk about the next few months, but there is always going to
Lots.
be something. Well, let us know what you think in the comments below. Is he staying or is Trudeau going? Well, we certainly hope that at minimum he goes after the next federal election. Like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to the TorontoSun.com. You're going to find commentary and coverage there that you will not find anywhere else.